How's it, Oaks? Welcome to Oaks Avenue. Hope your day is going well and come back again. I am Andile van Reinfield. I almost forgot to tell you who I am, as always.
I'm Josie Boy van Ramberg.
Awesome, boy. Your mic's a bit loud there, but let me just, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Yeah, dude. It's been a while, eh?
Yeah,
It's been
we've had a busy 2 weeks,
We've
man.
had a
We haven't
busy
been
2
able
weeks,
to
yeah, we
to
have-
release anything.
Yeah, but hey, luckily for us, I mean, there's been quite a few things happening, in the world.
Man, a lot has
What's-
happened.
Today, I mean, let's talk about what happened. The fight between Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis.
Adesanya, yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Adesanya. There we go.
That was insane, man. I
Was
think
it?
one of the most iconic things to ever see in South Africa was Dricus du Plessis walking out on his fights with the national anthem playing. He had Sia Kolisi and Eben Etzebeth both walking behind him. If you think about it, that's like, in one image there, that's like 70% of the people holding this whole country together.
So who was there? Sia Kolisi and?
Sia Kolisi and Eben Etzebeth.
Okay. Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, I didn't even know there was even a fight happening. I knew that they were gonna fight, but I didn't know when. And I heard, on radio and social media. But I mean, I was expecting that when the fight was gonna, getting closer to happening, I was gonna find out somehow, but I just
I'm surprised you're just not on social media that much, but it's been posted everywhere, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm on social media. I'm a YouTube guy.
Okay.
I'm on YouTube a lot, but I still get notifications on these kinds of things. So the fact that I didn't really receive a notification on that is quite strange. But
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's
So what happened? I mean,
well, basically just I think
no, it's not.
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to sort this out. You can continue.
So just I think as a South African that enjoys sports, any South African that enjoys sports, it's just been a really good weekend. So another reason why this was such a good win for us was, so it just so happened that the Springboks were playing in Perth on Saturday, Perth in Australia, and that's also where the UFC fight was being held.
Yeah.
So that's how they ended up deciding that they were going to walk with Dricus like out of the thing, because they were both in the same city, same weekend.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, I think South Africa really we cleaned up this weekend.
Sports-wise,
Yeah, we went out, we represented. Springboks went out, absolutely demolished Australia. And then
Made quick
Dricus du Plessis coming in clutch in the fourth round with a chokehold.
Yeah, when you told me that, I was thinking to myself, wow. So it was a close fight throughout.
So what I'd say is I don't watch a lot of UFC, so I'm not like an expert or anything. So I don't know what the scores are going to go to, but all I can tell you, Dricus was looking tired, bro. He was looking tired. Adesanya was throwing a lot of hands, bro. A lot of hands.
Still had energy.
But yeah, it was quite an iconic takedown as well. He managed to connect with Adesanya. Adesanya went back. For some reason, he pointed at the floor and then turned his back, and Dricus just took him down, went for the throat grab. Not for the throat grab, the chokehold. He went for the chokehold, and there he tapped. It was a beautiful, absolutely beautiful ending.
I'm so surprised that he actually tapped, because I feel like Israel has a lot of ego. So like he would have I would have. I'm not saying he should have. I'm just saying if I had to guess, if how he's gonna react in that situation, I would have thought, this guy would rather get choked out before.
I know. Nah, he tapped fairly quickly. It was quite funny. People saying when he pointed at the floor.
Yeah,
He basically
what was that about?
he slipped. I think because he slipped a bit.
Oh.
But people were saying he pointed at the floor to say to Dricus,
Yeah,
boy, choke
Hey.
me here.
Deflection.
He is saying, no, take me out right here.
Yeah.
Because it was a very sweet ending to that. It was getting a bit concerning near the end of that fight.
He's
So,
tired.
but I think one of the best things about it is it's just, so like I was saying, this has been all over my feed, man. And
How has it not been on my feed?
and what it is, it's I'm all about comments, man. And
Of course.
yeah, we've had the people from New Zealand and Nigeria, because remember Odesanya is from Nigeria and
Grew up in New Zealand.
grew up in New Zealand, so he's got them both all just talking smack to our boy
Hey, New
Plessis.
New Zealand better pipe down. We keep serving them in
Yeah.
rugby, so
Well,
we keep serving
got-
these boys, bro.
We've got 2 weeks to check that out.
Oh, yeah.
We're playing New Zealand
In 2
in 2 weeks, yeah.
Oh, we got it. Don't quote me.
But yeah, no, it was so sweet because of I think with MMA is because of all the trash talk that goes down.
Yeah.
I kind of see it though, like when I read all the comments and the way people go at each other, it's very much I don't know, in nursery school or primary school when people are like, my dad can beat up your dad.
That's basically what it is.
It's all it is, dude.
That's
People
all
are
it
like, oh, what? Nah, Dricus Plessis doesn't know how to throw a left, blah, blah, blah. Odesanya knows how to stick and jab.
Yeah.
He's gonna cook him, and people are like, oh, what, bro? Don't say that about DDP. He will absolutely demolish him. But what I do love is
The rivalry.
when he wins, like everyone was just so, looking at the comments and stuff, everyone's just so like brought together, like
really?
in South Africa, I would say.
Yeah, okay.
It's like it's not as, I would say it's almost as big, but not as big as the World Cup final, but it's still a great feeling.
Yeah. I'm upset that I missed it, man. I'm so upset. But hey, man, it happened. And yeah, congratulations to our boy. Where's he from? Pretoria.
He's from Pretoria, boy.
We're not surprised about that. We know how those Oaks love to fight.
Yeah, they say he's number 1 in the world, but he's still number 6 in Pretoria.
Yeah, there's definitely guys that, that just don't have the facility, but but like, is he number 1 in the world, really, man? Is he really that good?
He's the middleweight champion of UFC, so number 1 in the world. That's where he is. So if you weren't following it, he took the belt from Sean Strickland.
Yeah, I remember.
I think that was in January, maybe.
Yeah.
And then
well, that one was very, very close. I didn't watch it, but I kind of saw the highlights. And I mean, it was
a controversial decision.
Very close to even say, like,
but I'm not going to argue with anything. I'm not even going to say dodgy decision, because he won, man. And what I do love about DDP is he didn't just say this was a win for me. He says, nah, South Africa was the victor today. So we've just had a very sweet,
there we go,
a very sweet clean slate, all in one city, Perth. First the rugby, then that. I think South Africa has a lot of its problems. Yeah. But the boys love to go make us proud on the weekends. That's one thing they do.
And I think, you know what, dude? I think the past few months, maybe even this month, and July and August has been very, very much a patriotism through sports for a lot of countries.
Yeah, for sure.
We had the Olympics, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That was a way for people to brag about their country.
Yeah, that was great, dude. But we didn't win many medals. I was actually shocked, man. I haven't followed the Olympics a lot back then, but I followed it a bit closely now. I think it's mainly because of social media, though. Like, there's so much social media coverage over it.
Yeah.
But one thing I feel weird, and I see there's other people posting about it, but I used to feel like the Olympics used to go on for months, dude.
Yeah.
This went on for like, what was it, like 2.5 weeks or something?
Yeah, it was very quick. I think it's because we weren't following it, so it felt
yeah, it just felt like
still happening.
Exactly.
We didn't know when it started and when it ended, you know. But also, there's the tryouts and the trials and all that other stuff.
Yeah, there's a build up.
Yeah. Practice. There's all kinds of things. So I think that's basically why it felt longer. We just
Shout out to the Olympics though. They've given us topics. They have given us topics. I
enjoyed the
Olympics. We don't usually we have things written here on the screen that Andile likes to talk about, but you know
we freestyle.
Yeah, we can freestyle straight from here.
Top of the dome.
So pick your Olympic fighter. Who was your main character of the Olympics?
Oh, like in any sport.
In any of the sport, who was your main character? Like,
there's quite a few, man. So, okay. Man. Okay, hold on. There's quite a few. Can I name a few? Or
yeah, for sure. No.
Simone Biles. I was really
she's insane, bro.
She is insane.
I've never seen such a little person jump so damn high, dude.
She is amazing, man. Like, that woman is incredible. I definitely tuned in to watch her, and she gave America gold, like, easy, you know. It's just what she does, man. And her, and then this one was quite insane as well. Noah Lyles, have you heard of him?
No, what?
Noah Lyles.
No, who's he?
He's the American sprinter, like the guy. I think.
Yes, he broke the record. Did he not?
I think so. I'm not too sure. Sorry, we're not really that tuned in. We just started. We just started.
Yeah, for sure.
You can see our ignorance here on this topic. I'm not sure, but I think he was the world champion.
Okay.
Something like that. But he was the fastest, you know, since Usain Bolt is no longer.
Yeah, for sure.
But him as well. But then you have the guy from Botswana who Debucho.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Got their first gold in an Olympics, isn't it?
Or the first gold in the relay for Africa, or
gee, man.
Yeah.
That must be
on
a
the
feeling.
African continent. He's the first African to get gold on, you know, in that particular race. So you know, the thing about it was no one I don't know if people, you know, expected it from him. Because, I knew of Noah Lyles. I'll explain how I knew him. But I knew of him, and, you know, I wanted to see how he does, you know. Also, last year, did the Olympics happen?
No, it happens every 4 years.
Every 4 years,
Every 4 years.
Okay, sorry. But still, something happened last year. I'm not sure if it's Olympics.
Commonwealth Games, possibly.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, those are my main characters. So, it's Simone Biles, Noah Lyles, and Debucho. I forgot his surname. Apologies. But I got his first name because, we have a lot of Debuchos in South Africa. So, what about you?
Oh, man, I think my main characters were not really had nothing to do with like achievement or athleticism or anything. I think it was just like the iconic people.
I know what you're going to bring up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think first of all, there's the Turkish shooter. I mean, that man was gangster. It's insane. He won a silver, but not a single person. I don't even know who the person that won the gold in the shooting looks like. I don't even know who won that gold. That man became like the poster child for it, man. Hand in the pocket.
Yeah.
So he was quite insane. There's I don't even know their names, man, but
yeah. Don't even try to butcher.
There is the dude that did the pole vault. I don't know if you saw that, but his dong was a bit big and it knocked. He was just making it over.
Oh. Wait, what?
and he knocked the pole vault with his huge dong, and then knocked it off, and he couldn't get the gold from that. He missed out on his medal.
Oh man!
So he missed out on his medal, but let me tell you, that man went back into the Olympic Village, and
yeah,
he's
got bragging rights.
He had bragging rights. I think finally, and I think this is the one who you knew I was going to talk about, is the Australian break dancer.
Yeah, the Australian break dancer.
That's that was such a funny one. Yes.
Yeah, funny, definitely.
I mean, the fact she needs to remove herself from social media. This is the problem now.
She's defending herself.
She is trying to defend that, dude. Yeah. And people are now talking about her maybe being like a plant to... and this is a conspiracy. I'm not confirming it. People are talking about her being like a plant in there to get breakdancing removed from the Olympics, because they've removed breakdancing from the 2028 Olympics now.
Oh, damn.
This was the first time they had breakdancing in the Olympics, so it debuted. And there were some insane dancers, dude. You must watch USA versus Japan, bro. That was, like, if you go onto YouTube and look that one up, it was crazy what those people are doing. Just even look up some of the best breakdancers that were at the Olympics. Yeah. It was insane. But this lady came and made that spectacle, and it ruined that. But so people are now talking about going in and doing an actual investigation as to how she made it into the Olympic squad and everything.
I mean, how good
imagine dancing so badly that you get criminally investigated. Dude, you see, like, I don't even, when I go to clubs, I try not to dance because I don't want people to see me, you know? So people that are like, people must stop being mean to her. She put herself out there. No, she went to the Olympics to dance like that.
Yeah, exactly.
In front of the world. I think there's going to be hate coming your way.
That's like me going to run against all those runners.
Yeah, dude. Or like me going to skate because I can barely even do like an ollie.
Yeah.
That's like me getting a skateboard and like... Because if you looked at what she did, dude, like...
It's just
she did like the motions of the like
she did, which I
like when you see someone like about to start spinning,
you're like, okay,
she was like getting down and her leg was lifting and you expecting to start to see like a twirl or a spin, but nah, she was doing what like I think I was doing when I was like maybe 12 years old, you know?
I mean, I can still do it now.
And I was like, hey, mom, look what I can do.
So and that's the thing. Like, the fact that I think I can do what she did means that she can't be that much of a professional, because I can't do any of the things that the people at the Olympics did.
Yeah.
None of the people at the Olympics, I can't do any of the things that they did, but I can do what she did.
And what is hilarious is that there's people on TikTok doing her whole routine. And they being like...
I saw a few
they're like, what... how does someone like this go into... So I think it's extremely funny for a lot of us.
Yeah.
I think for people that were excited to have breakdancing at the Olympics, though, are quite upset with her because she kind of trashed the name there.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I don't know. Maybe she was serious. Maybe she wasn't. I don't know what actually happened there. But she definitely embarrassed Australia. There was a point where she did the kangaroo. I'm like, bro,
that was your favorite move of hers. Mine was when she wasn't dancing, and the other lady was there like laying it out, and she was doing this.
Oh wow!
And then she moved on and did that, man.
She just made a spectacle, man. That's all she did.
So and now something that's come out of it, they're talking about the Olympics.
Just keep talking. Sorry, I just realized that this thing's not plugged in the battery. Sorry about that.
No stress.
Sorry, continue, bro.
Where was I? We were talking about the dancing lady.
There's things you saw, I think, was it Twitter? Or
Oh, yes. So apparently the Olympics is now saying that they want to remove all footage off the internet of that breakdancing scene, because obviously so many people are posting it. And now Olympics are trying to like say, no, this is copyright infringement. You have to take it off your page.
Yeah.
And people are like, nah, you just... It's probably just embarrassing to see. I don't know what the whole situation is there, but you can't. You're not going to be able to get rid of that video from the internet.
No,
there's just way too many variations, way too many memes.
Yeah. So are they going to copyright memes as well? Like,
no, just any footage used from the Olympics, but I don't think they'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Still, well, that's the thing with the Olympics, dude, that kind of irritates me, is that there's no highlights that you can watch on YouTube, because everything, like, you can't post any highlights from the Olympics.
Really?
You can't, because of the whole copyright thing. So, I mean, there's been so many things that I wanted to watch on highlights, because, I mean, where else can I watch it?
Yeah, you don't have DSTV.
My parents do. I can always just go to my parents and watch it on DSTV, but still, like, you have to be there at a certain time and know, it's playing at this time.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was the only thing. I can't really watch it on my time. But yeah, that was the thing, So
that's interesting, because I was trying to... Because obviously I've seen a bunch of memes about it, and I was actually trying to show my mom the video of what happened.
You couldn't
and I typed it on YouTube, and I just couldn't find it anywhere. And I'm like, how? So that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny how these copyright things go.
Well, YouTube is quite strict when it comes to, copyright stuff. Music and all of that. You can't just... That's why when a lot of people do reactions to music, they have to kind of be smart with how they do it. Like, cut, not play too much, speak over the music, all that kind of stuff. So
that's interesting. That's why Instagram Reels for me is the way to go, man. Because there were a lot of... I saw a lot of clips from the Olympics on Instagram, though. Of course. A lot of the interviews and stuff like that. I think...
highlights, all of it.
Yeah, maybe it's just not so clamped down there on Instagram, but YouTube seems to be a lot more strict.
The only, like, sort of, I guess you can call highlights that you can watch on YouTube is if someone was at the Olympics and they recorded with their phone.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, that's the only thing.
Another icon there was Snoop Dogg.
Oh, what did he do?
Did you not see Snoop Dogg was everywhere, man? He was just posted everywhere. He was he carried the Olympic torch.
Oh yeah.
Him and Martha Stewart. Is it Martha Stewart?
I love Snoop Dogg, man. Yeah.
Is it Martha Stewart? Yeah, that they both went and watched the... what do they call it? The events that have horses, the equestrian.
I thought it was horse riding.
They call them the equestrian events or something like that. But
yeah.
He was all over the place, dude. But I think he was obviously getting paid to kind of market the event.
Snoop Dogg is that kind of person. He can just fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
And he will basically make it good, worth watching.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, that was good on him. I love Snoop Dogg, man. He's such a chilled oak. And so is that who else do you have? So it's
those are my three icons.
Three icons.
The pole vaulter with a big dong, the Australian breakdancer, and the Turkish shooter. Yeah. But one thing I must say, like, I know he went viral because he didn't have all this equipment like they did, but did you see pictures of the other shooters?
No.
They looked cool, bro.
Oh,
they looked that equipment looked sick, man. For the people that are watching, you must show like pictures of the different Olympic shooters. They were they have like these things that go over their eyes, and they have these like weird goggles. I mean, it looked really, really dope.
I'll check it out. Yeah, so mine are, who did I say? It was
Simone.
Simone Biles, Noah Lyles. The names rhyme. And Tebucho. Those three.
Yeah.
Also, I want to also talk about another event at the Olympics. Yeah, it was, who was involved? It was the basketball. So you know me, I'm a huge
Yeah, I know you love your basketball.
guy. So I definitely, was tuned into that. But like, so I want to give you like a backstory. Last year, Noah Lyles. So we had the FIBA happening last year. I'm guessing it's also at the Common Games. FIBA is the basketball, like tournament. Like
Okay, yeah.
you have FIFA and then you have FIBA.
Okay,
FIBA
okay.
is the basketball version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happened last year, and America didn't do very well, which is a surprise. America in basketball, like,
Yeah, because
who's better than
they
them?
are the NBA, are they not?
Yeah, the NBA is American.
Yeah, man, they got the best then.
They got the best players, right? So what happened was last year, I can't remember if they got bronze or they didn't get a medal at all. I think they got bronze though.
Wow.
I didn't really follow it last year. So Noah Lyles, the American sprinter, he comes back to America, right? And he's got like a press thing happening there.
Yeah.
And he goes, something that really annoys me is that you have basketball, right? And they in the NBA, and they call these guys the world champions, right? Talking about NBA players. He says they call them the world champions, and then he goes, what are they champions of? America? Because the NBA is American.
That's interesting, yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't get, except for in the Olympics or maybe the Commonwealth Games.
They don't go up against...
You don't go up against other countries. It's not like how we do with rugby.
It's just...
Same as with the with American football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I always found weird because... So when the Sharks play the Lions, they don't play the national anthem at those games. You play the national anthem at an international game.
Yeah, true.
But for some reason in America, I think they just love their national anthem so much that
they do.
You got two teams from the same country playing against each other,
and they play the national anthem.
And they got to play the national anthem. It's very interesting.
That is true. Yeah, so Noah Lyles actually brought that up last year.
Yeah.
And people came for him, dude. They were like, oh, listen to this idiot. Can someone please, talk to this guy? Like, they basically, clowned him.
Calling him ignorant.
Yeah. Because a lot of people feel like the best players in the world play in the NBA.
Yeah.
So there are leagues in other parts of the world. There are like Europe. There's a league in Europe. I don't know what it's called. There's a league in China.
Do the teams from those leagues go and play with the leagues from...
No. You know what I mean?
That's very strange.
But the best players are in the NBA.
Yeah.
So if you're a really good player playing in Europe in the league,
they will take you to the NBA.
You could, if you come from a European league and you're able to play very well in the NBA, you're good, because there are European players in the NBA, and in fact from around the world. So
yeah,
the best player arguably in the NBA right now,
LeBron James.
No, actually it's not him.
Yeah, really? I'll be honest, that is the only basketball player I know.
No, not that he's not good. He's a legendary player. But he's not in his prime anymore. LeBron James is turning 40 this year.
Jeez, but he still plays, eh?
Yeah, he's gonna. A lot of people think he's gonna retire at the end of the season that's coming up now.
That's crazy, dude. Because I suppose so. Like with rugby, as soon as someone hits like 32, 33, people are like, they're on their way out.
Yeah.
But I think that's because of injuries. But even if you check the fights, I mean, I think Israel Adesanya, he's 35 years old, and
Okay.
Dricus is 30.
Oh,
And I would think that the
yeah.
world champions, I always thought being in your prime is when you're like maybe 23, 24,
Nah.
25. That's when you like,
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
but maybe it's about experience. But that's crazy
Yeah.
that these top fighters are that old.
Yeah.
It gives me hope, man.
I can start now.
Yeah, exactly. It gives me hope, dude, because
Yeah.
I mean that's a very physical thing and it's extremely taxing. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of rugby players, they stop because of like neck injury and
Yeah.
shoulder injury and constant that. But
Jeez,
I suppose
rugby is-
another thing with fighting is you have a lot of recovery time. You
Yeah. I mean, you play rugby, man. That sport is
Played
brutal.
yeah, I wouldn't say
God.
it's as brutal as MMA though, mixed martial arts in the UFC. I wouldn't say it's as brutal as that. I mean, you don't get hit, you don't get punched in the head as much. You don't.
Yeah, but it's you. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Because
but
that is a
to be
fighting
fair,
sport.
I played club rugby up until I think when I turned 18, and then what they do is this 18 and open, meaning you now play with like basically anybody that's
Any age,
your
up.
age and up.
Yeah.
And that was when I decided to drop out because I was like, nah,
Yeah, because
I'm gonna hurt myself now. Yeah,
especially when you see all those other big guys. and
yeah,
you're
you just
whoa.
like, yeah, I rather wouldn't.
yeah, oh, dude. Yeah, no, rugby. I just never really tried it. I
Yeah.
knew I was like, nah, it's not for me, bro.
Anyway, we were talking about the best basketball player in the world.
Oh yeah. So the best basketball player in the world right now is a European. He's from Serbia. His
Yeah.
name is Luka Doncic, Serbian guy. So, and then I think arguably the second greatest basketball player is another European guy. He's from Greece, Giannis. His name is Giannis. And then maybe, everyone else, but there's a lot of European guys. The Europeans are really, taking over in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
All of them are in the NBA.
But then when they come to the Olympics, do they play for America or do they play for their countries?
They play for their countries.
Okay.
And it's so, what's also so crazy? So, for example, Nikola Jokic, he's from Serbia.
Yeah.
But he plays for a team called the Denver Nuggets in the NBA.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of Denver Nuggets fans that were supporting Serbia because he's playing.
Okay, that's interesting. So they supported Serbia over America
because of him.
Yeah.
And I kind of get it because I was supporting America in the Olympics, but because my favorite player, Steph Curry, was playing for America. But if he was in another country, I would have been rooting for that country.
Yeah, I get you.
So it makes sense. But now it's kind of weird when you're from America, though, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe it makes sense.
No, I get you.
Right? Because, think about it. Let's say the Springboks are playing, against maybe, let's say you support the Sharks, right? And there's a player in the Sharks, or maybe the Blue Bulls. Let's say the Blue Bulls. You support the Blue Bulls, and then there's a player from overseas that plays for the Blue Bulls.
And then you go and support his team instead.
Yeah.
No, I get you. It's
quite strange.
That is strange. You also had a lot of people in South Africa that weren't supporting Dricus du Plessis.
Oh,
but that was a controversy. Anyway, I want you to finish your basketball story.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, then we're gonna get to that one.
Yes,
because I want to hear that one. Yeah. So Noah Lyles basically says that about America. Like, you guys aren't the world champions. I mean, look at how poorly you did. So what happened was, all the best American players didn't go to participate in the FIBA.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, America didn't do very well. So it was all the youngsters that were playing, the young American players.
So they were bringing in like up and coming, exactly. Inexperienced. I get that.
So they didn't do very well. And then, after they didn't do very well, all the, American players, the best American players like LeBron, Steph Curry, and who else? Kevin Durant, they said, you know what? We're definitely going to come play next, the next FIBA.
Yeah.
They're like, America just got humiliated. We're the basketball people.
For sure.
But now, so they went to the Olympics And it's so interesting. It's starting to feel like the world is catching up to America in terms of basketball.
Yeah.
Because they played a few games, the first few games, and they were close games.
Yeah.
They weren't you'd expect America
You
to
expect him to just go in and
blow them
demolish.
out.
Yeah.
20 point, win by 20 points. Even Shaquille O'Neal was like, I won't respect them until they I'll respect them until they win by 20. He's like, I'm not respecting that. They won by 5. So he was also, basically like, nah, man, it's too close. We want these guys to blow these people out. So yeah, that happened. And America kept winning very close games.
Yeah.
There was a game, man. This was against South Sudan. And this game really made people kind of upset, but also respect Sudan for how much they fought. America won by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
You have to think about it. South Sudan, the basketball, they don't have the same resources as America.
No, definitely not.
In terms of basketball in Sudan.
Yeah, and they're probably a much smaller, probably a much smaller country as well.
Yeah, a much smaller country, dude.
Like, yeah, and that's what I always think is like America should be dominating at any sports that they decide to push because they have so many people to pick from.
Yeah, especially American sports like basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, actually, you're right. Any sport, even football, like soccer.
Yeah.
They should be dominating, bro. Because
America
has all the resources, but in football, they're not messing with Europe. Like Europe is where it's at when it comes to. So South Sudan, dude, did so amazing, bro. They don't have indoor courts. They don't have anything in terms like they don't have the the indoor basketball courts.
Yeah, I get you.
They don't have much, dude. Like some of the players didn't really, in terms like they had to struggle growing up, for shoes. They played with no shoes and they just went there and almost won. In fact, you know how America won? It was at the last second.
It was one of those moments.
Yeah, South Sudan was leading by 1 or 2 points, something like that. I think by 1. And then LeBron James got a layup at the very end. So he just got a quick basket, and then America won.
Wow. That must have been very disappointing for people in Sudan, man.
No, dude, that's actually something to pat yourself on the back for.
Yeah, but for sure. But like, if you see you just about to beat America, you're gonna be like on the edge of your seat, like what?
Nah, I'd be celebrating. Oh, not celebrating, but I'd be like, you know what, we did well.
Yeah, for sure.
We did well. So that happened, bro. And then there was another game that America almost lost, and this is against Serbia. Remember that the best player in the NBA, arguably. I know people are gonna, but he's in my opinion, I think he might be the best player. Nikola Jokic, Serbia. They basically from the very get-go were outplaying America from the very start of the game. But luckily that America had Steph Curry. He's one of the players there. He just kept whatever Serbia kept doing. Steph Curry kept answering. They kept scoring. Steph Curry would score. But Serbia played really well. Like it was one of those games. Like have you ever been in like a sport game and you just for some reason everybody on the team is playing really well. Like you can't do anything wrong. Even if you're playing against like a really good team, like this is that one game, like you're playing unusually good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's basically what was happening. Everybody in Serbia was shooting and making it like that game, So, but luckily, Steph Curry kept answering. He kept, and dude, like he just kept, answering everything they were doing, and then at the end. Serbia was leading the entire game. Yeah. And America only led in the last quarter, like in the middle of it, like towards the end. There's maybe like 3 minutes left of the game. And they finally lead by 2.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of basketball,
Yeah,
but
no,
I understand watching people take leads and stuff like that. Yeah.
So the whole time America was trailing behind. There was a point where they were trailing by 17 points, bro. Like, if it wasn't for Steph Curry, they would have lost. If Steph Curry didn't play that game, for whatever reason, America would have lost that game. Yeah. So yeah, that was like my highlight, dude.
But what I do like is watching countries or even just teams that usually just dominate in a sport start to like get given like a run for their money.
Yeah. Because like I said, like the world is starting to catch up to America, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
And America needs to kind of, do something about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's something that's going on in rugby a lot. It's if you watch the last World Cup, there was a lot of teams did a lot better than you would have thought, man. I mean, my favorite team do you watch a lot of rugby? You don't?
No, I only watch the big stuff. I don't watch I only watch basketball as a sport.
Man, but if you watched in the World Cup, Fiji, man, they like I don't usually think much about Fiji. I mean, avid rugby watchers and people that really do like to follow rugby, yeah, they know a lot about Fiji because they play sevens, which is another version of rugby where it's only 7 people on the pitch.
Oh, okay.
And they dominate that game. And they're actually such a fun team to watch because they're so good at sevens. So their 15-a-side team is probably all just taken from their sevens players. Now, what sevens is, it's basically the same game. There's just a few different rules, like the scrums are different because you can't have as many people in there, but the field is the same size. So think about the gaps and the gaps and the amount of running you have to do. So those guys are fit and they run and they run fast, man. They run fast and they hit hard. They're like very electric, but some might say like that's why they wouldn't beat like Springboks or the All Blacks because
the gaps.
They electric and they fiery, but they take way too many risks, But that's because they're used to that fast-paced sevens game. They always want to play this fast-paced. They never know when to slow down. But anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say it's nice to see other countries.
Yeah.
For example, I feel like it's like every World Cup has just basically been Springboks, New Zealand, England.
Australia.
Australia wasn't really in the last one, but a lot and like
and
France,
Ireland.
France and Ireland, like it's so much better to know that you have the whole world involved. Just so you know that, like when the Springboks win the World Cup, you know that they were competing against the world.
Yeah,
and the world was watching. You know.
Yeah. True. Because I mean, I don't know how good other leagues are, like rugby leagues in maybe Europe and Australia. But I know in Australia they have a very good league in terms of rugby.
Yeah.
But how would we compare our teams, like the Sharks and the Blue Bulls?
Well, we play against them.
And how
we've got the Super Rugby, and that would be. And what's quite nice is they're bringing in teams from different countries, from a bunch of different countries that are involved. I think there's even club teams from Japan joining it. So basically you have the Sharks, the Blue Bulls, the Lions, all those teams. Then we're actually not in the Super Rugby anymore, so it's irrelevant. But then you have those teams.
Where's the Super Rugby based? Sorry.
So it used to be South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia.
Oh, okay.
And it was all our provincial teams or club teams or whatever you call it. And it's grown now, and there's a lot more other teams. You get people from Japan. Yeah. And now we also play one with England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
So it's a joint league?
Yeah, that one's called the...
What I mean is, which country is it based? Like, which country?
Oh, it's like, these tournaments they play.
For example, the NBA is American. So.
It's not really based anywhere.
Oh, it's just like a.
Yeah,
the
it's a tournament
It's like
still.
the Olympics kind of thing. Not really, not quite.
Not
but
not really the Olympics, because also they play on each other's home turfs. So if say the Lions and the Brumbies are playing, I think the Brumbies are from Australia. It would either be here in Johannesburg, or it would be whatever area the Brumbies come from in Australia. They either play there or there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's nice to see. It's important to see like other, so like underdog teams.
Yeah.
What they need to do is they need to compete more at higher levels.
Yeah.
In order to start getting there.
Yeah, because then you start to see competition, dude. Before like before recently, like America would always go to FIBA and just dominate, like it was nothing. They'll just go there, get gold,
which also kind of means, like, where's the point in having the tournament?
Exactly.
If you're just going to go in and demolish.
You want to see competition, man.
Yeah.
As much as it might, and if, whatever country that's usually dominant in that sport, if they lose, it shouldn't be like anything negative. It should be just like, okay, we need to do better,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so, yeah, it is nice, man. Like, I think I'm going to be locked in, with the Olympics going forward.
Yeah, I think next time I want to remember these big names and now see how they do.
Yeah,
but sure. I feel like South Africa used to win a lot more gold medals back in the day. We had like a lot of swimmers. We had a lot of running. Nah, I don't think there was a lot of runners.
Running. Nah, like especially like I don't even know. I know Jamaica used to dominate in running.
Yeah, well, that's Usain Bolt, isn't it?
Usain Bolt, but even like other people would be quite dominant in that. Yeah, even with long distance, we've always just what has South Africa been good at? I mean, not in a bad way, but like which one have we been quite?
We didn't even do well in the rugby, dude. It's sevens rugby though. It's sevens rugby. Oh yeah, we didn't do well there.
I mean, cricket is not. Is cricket in the Olympics? I don't know. I don't like cricket that much.
I don't watch it, but I don't even know what our golds were for. I'm gonna be completely.
We got gold in swimming.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. Sorry.
You see, we don't care.
For a quick, like a few, like on the day that she won, I knew her name. But
there was that kid from high school. Did you see him? I think he won a silver medal.
A high schooler?
Yeah, I think he was on a relay team. I think we won a silver in the relay.
Oh, yeah. We did win silver. Sorry, yeah. What's his name, man? Oh, man, I forgot his name.
That man's not going to have any trouble finding a matric dance date this year, bro.
Is he really in matric, though?
Yeah, he's in matric. He's in matric, dude. He still needs to write his exams.
Oh, man. Good luck to him, man. Matric exams are quite stressful. So I don't know how he's managed to juggle. Yeah. You made us proud, though.
Making us proud, boy.
Yeah, man. Like I think we got 3 medals. It was gold, silver. I think there might have been one other.
I think we had like four saying medals, but yeah. If you look at how many America got and China got, and
but here's the thing: I think South Africa doesn't really. When it comes to sports, we're very talented, but I feel like just we're not really. They don't put too much into sports, like the resources.
Yeah, into our Olympics, I don't think.
Into sports in general, dude. Even in high school.
I feel like we put everything into the Springboks.
Yeah, Springboks.
So not the Springboks, but our rugby in general. So you got your big rugby schools. They get good funding.
Cricket and football. That's about it. Anything else?
Yeah.
We not really. They don't put any money or anything behind it like they would with those 3 sports.
I suppose it's also just about like what we watch though as South Africans. I mean, I don't know. Cricket, I don't watch, but like rugby, I love watching rugby. So I'm glad that we pump money into like that sport.
I think maybe, cricket, there is an audience. Definitely. Dude.
Yeah, people do love the cricket.
But there's sports like netball. I used to find netball quite interesting. I used to watch. Well, in high school when our netball team would be playing, I would watch, dude. It was actually very, very exciting as a sport. It's very exciting, dude.
I suppose because you like basketball, so they're quite similar in that way.
But back then I wasn't watching basketball in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's actually very fun if you just sit and watch it,
So for example, like water polo. With water polo, that our international side, because it's just so no one really goes and watches it. That polo team, they have to pay for themselves, each member of that team, and they're playing for the national, South African team. They pay for themselves to go on tour. They pay for their own caps.
Where does that happen in the world?
Well, think about it. How much money do you think water polo really makes? I mean, have you even ever just watched a movie and seen that someone's like watching water polo on TV? I don't think I've even seen water polo on TV.
But when you were in high school, did people not watch it?
No, we didn't follow it.
Okay.
I mean, I played water polo in high school, but I never even followed it.
Yeah.
We just watched our high school team play, really.
But doesn't it start there? You start off watching it in high school and then I don't know. Okay, I think I'm just trying to complain.
It's just not a big thing. I just not going to get as much viewership, therefore not going to get as many sponsors, and so on and so on.
So there's just no audience for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, dude. I guess. I mean, I'll be honest. Apart from high school, I never really watched netball outside of that, so maybe that's why. What else? What other sport do you think could have made it? I mean, could have been watched more.
Hockey. I wish we had ice hockey here in South Africa, dude. But I just know because of load shedding, bro. Our ice rinks are always gonna melt. But I don't know. Have you ever watched?
Have they ever melted though, the ice rinks?
Hey? Nah, they don't.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking about it. I've never seen one melted, but
I don't know. Have you watched any ice hockey games?
No.
Man, is also it's.
I have seen glimpses of it. You know when you just it's TV playing and then all of a sudden you just watching something you're like, wow, okay, this is quite interesting.
Ice hockey is like, I don't follow it, but man, when I do see it on TV, I'm entertained.
Very
like
fast.
It is aggressive. It's people hit each other hard. Yeah. They made a new rule, man. They made a new rule that if two players are having a tiff, the ref would let them have a quick, I think he sets 30 seconds where they can take their gloves off and fight.
Yeah.
And then they continue with the game. They had to do that because there were just too many fights just breaking out during the game, So he eventually just said, okay, let's give them 30 seconds by themselves to fight it out. So that's how violent that is.
Oh, there goes Echo.
Oh, my
Is it a sign? Is it a sign?
Yeah, I wanted to bring up one more thing. But what I just noticed is if I sit at a restaurant or anywhere, if I'm having breakfast or if I'm sitting at a bar and there's sports playing on TV, dude, I've end up getting amused. Yeah. No matter what it is, it's entertaining to me.
That's so true. Yeah,
I got into, I don't know what it's called, bro, but it's like that shuffleboard game. Have you ever seen it where they push this huge, heavy looking disc thing along the ice? It's such a random sport, and I don't know who came up with it. And they push this thing along the ice, and then there's people with these brooms, and they're brushing in front of it. And I'm guessing, I feel like maybe they're waxing the path in front of it, which could make it go faster, or when they stop waxing, it makes it go slower because they need to try get their thing like to closest to the middle. I'll show you clips of it afterwards. Like it is such a training sport, but it was on the TV and I was so like engrossed in it, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, dude, that's you know what sport for me, I don't even know if it's a sport or not, that I actually like, that I watch sometimes. It's the one with, what is it called, man? It's like they get dogs to do these obstacle courses.
Oh,
What is it called, man?
I know. I don't know what it's called, but
Yeah.
when I watch it when it comes up on my feed, I do love watching it as well, dude.
How insane!
And impressive some of those dogs are, dude. Yeah. Like going through, my favorite is when they go through the cones, bro.
Oh, the car, yeah.
Yeah.
And then through the tunnel.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's so entertaining, bro. I love that shit. I love it. And the one where they have to go run and then press that thing and then get the ball, then run back.
Oh yes. I know that.
I don't know what it's called.
It's just a type of race.
Yeah. But I love it because you see how excited the dogs are to even like.
Yeah, the dogs love.
Dogs are like, man.
The dogs love their sport, dude. They don't even know if they've won or not. They just know. They just know they got to go grab the ball. And I wonder, do you think the dogs get competitive themselves? Like they
look like.
Do you think they're thinking to themselves like, I got to win this?
Yes. Why would they be running that fast?
I got to be quicker than that dog. Or do you think he's just
be winning? Yeah.
Or do you think he's just like, I just want to run, you know, like.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think maybe they're competitive, definitely, but I don't know what the reason for it is.
Yeah.
I think for them it's just I think they know that, you know what, I need to be faster than the dog this side. I really think so.
You think so?
I think so. I need to beat that dog next to me.
So like.
That's why they even, sorry.
So, because they do greyhound racing, you know, people can bet on like greyhound racing.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Are they greyhound? No, they're not greyhounds.
They are.
Whippets. Aren't they whippets?
Or what? I don't even know what it is.
Very similar dogs. Like there's thin dogs.
I probably think it's a greyhound. I'll probably, you know.
There's like thin dogs, dude, and they're like skinny and they just, they fly, man. They fly, they shoot. But I've always wondered, and even with horse racing, do horses know that they need to be faster than the horses next to them?
Nah. Maybe not, eh?
Or do they just think I must run as fast as I can because my master is telling me to?
Well, that's that's animal abuse when you think about it, when we put it that way.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think the horses do enjoy running. It's something they do because like we've been using horses for a very long time.
Yeah.
We've been using them for transportation, and then I guess it evolved to that. But like, you know, they say, so I heard like the reason why human beings get injured when they do sports and, you know, run and all of that stuff is because we're not really meant to run. This is something that someone told me.
We're not meant to run. We're meant to ride horses.
Right. Like human beings aren't really meant to sprint all the time. Like, or even running like all the time. If you do,
I mean,
quite, not very long distance, but
I mean, if we're going back to like us as part of nature itself, I mean, for hunting and stuff like that and protecting ourselves, I'm sure,
we have to
running is a thing.
Yeah.
If you watch the things that they do in the Olympics, the gymnastics, that kind of stuff we're not supposed to do. That I know we're not supposed to do.
Even like
that is our bodies. I don't feel like my body was ever made to do any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Jumping, all that stuff.
The thing when they between the two poles, man, we are so not clued up with Olympic sports.
Sorry, I almost said hurdle. The high jump.
No, man, it's like two poles and they like hang from it and they spin.
In gymnastics. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
That stuff's insane, bro.
Yeah, it really is, dude. All right. Echo has signaled that we need to wrap up here, so
my dog needs me, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your day. Cheers.
Have a good one, y'all.